All right, hello wine-drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And, you know, Greek wines, I don't know a lot about them, but I have to say the last two visits we've had from our suppliers that bring in some of the better Greek wines, some stunning stuff here. Very unique and really high quality. You know, the stuff you get in most Greek restaurants is the cheapest, crappiest Greek wine you can find. So, unfortunately, the best place to try top-level Greek wines would probably not be in a Greek restaurant. Well, these will all be available on our website after next week. We list everything now that I've tasted up on the site as listed as available, ships in 2 to 3 days, and we couldn't possibly carry all these Greek wines. I mean, we have, I think, 4 or 5 in the store. To add 12 to the lineup would be, I don't know if we'd ever sell them. Anyways, really unique stuff. The first one, the Chora, and this is Assyrtiko, the name of a grape, and this is from a region in northern Greece, 100% varietal. Has kind of a green melon rind kind of note, lime citrus, and wet stone. Some honey notes coming out on the second day. This wine really opened up nicely, bright and zesty on the tongue, nice freshness, that honeysuckle, and that light, briny note showing through in the finish. Very good little wine at $31.50. All right, and then the Estate White, which this is a blend of Sauvignon and Assyrtiko, and the Sauvignon Blanc kind of takes over here. Really showy on the nose, that green herbaceous note, and a white grapefruit citrus, a little papaya, and white pepper spice there. Very zesty, savory wine on the tongue, that citrusy grapefruit character showing through on the finish, leaving your tongue salivating for food, and that salty, minerally note too. Very good little wine at $31.50. And then the other white here from Ktima, well, Ktima just means Domaine in Greece. Gris, and it's part of the problem with Greek wines, you know, so damn hard to pronounce. Can we just change the name of the grapes to some Greek gods or something like that? You know, Dionysus grape or something that really sounds cool, the Bacchus grape. Anyways, this is an hour south of the largest city in northern Greece, a blend of Malagousia and Assyrtiko, and partially fermented. One of these is partially fermented in the barrel. I think it was the Malagousia. Anyways, this adds richness to the wine. It's got a nice nose of quince and kind of savory pink grapefruit, some herbal, kind of quinine tonic notes. They're really distinct. Good amount of that fresh tree fruit showing on the tongue with nice tongue-tingling minerality and a nice balance here. Good concentration and depth in this wine. Excellent juice at $28. I think I got the price of these first two wines wrong. I don't think they're the same price. I don't think they're more than this wine. Anyways, we'll double check that. Look through the text. And then the next wine I'm going to begin to try to pronounce, a Blanc de Gris, and Moschofilero is the name of the grape from Arcadia, and this is central Greece, and this wine's got a slightly pink hue to it. Very strong perfume, like jasmine, kind of floral note to the bouquet, like cherry and peach fruit to it. Good amount of that fruit showing through with that strong floral component on the nose, but a nice burst of acidity cleaning things up here. Really nicely balanced, really unique, slightly pink wine, but I mean, at the end, yes, the second day, even better. I found this wine really excellent, and I'm not a big fan of aromatic whites, really perfumey wines. Anyways, the Katsaros Chardonnay up next from Krania. This is the southeast slopes of Mount Olympus, and this wine's fermented in oak and really shy on the first day, but on the second day, man, this wine opened up really nice, a strong mineral component to it, that wet rock, and nice richness and concentration on the tongue, really thick and creamy, zesty lemon citrus, and a host of that minerality showing on the second day. Like I said, this wine needs some time to open up, but excellent Chardonnay at $45. All right, and then the Paraparoussis petite Fleur from Patra. Oof, like I said, man, just tongue twisters all through this review. This is the Sideritis varietal, and very unique floral and herbal note to this wine, too. Some light red berry fruit and light caramelly note shown in this wine also. Really nice weight to the palate. That floral and herbal note and that honey character shown with a little light spritz. Very good little wine, and that wine also slightly pink in color. Almost like a amber color to it as well, in the pink. All right, on to the reds. This is the Chora BB, and it's a blend of Agiogitiko and Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. Hey, I can say those two grapes. All right. And mixed barrique, new and old. This wine's got a really nice bouquet, fresh plums and cherries, nice hand of herbs, kind of dried tobacco spice. Smooth and easy drinking red, really light on the palate, but nicely balanced. That earth and spice shown from the nose through the finish at $21. The Driopi Classic, Nemea, made with that same damn grape, Agiogitiko. Anyways, it's a very intense bouquet here. Definitely a lot richer, that dark berry and plum fruit, shown with that same array of dried flowers and herbs. Just I mean, like ×2 from the first wine. Good amount of richness on the tongue here. Nice structure, some tannins at the end. And this wine could use a little time. Very good at $25.50. Definitely a step up in richness. And then the Chora Estate. This wine is 100% that same damn grape I just couldn't pronounce the last wine. And it's got that more of the meaty, gamey quality to this. Still some lovely dark cherry and plum fruit. Hit a black licorice spice. Nice depth of fruit here on the palate. Dense, rich tannins. But a solid core of fruit to match. This wine could use a few years and open up really nicely on the second day. Excellent juice. And then, one of the most unique grapes, one of the most unique wines I've ever had. And I'm going to have to bring it in just because, well, for brown bag purposes, this is going to be fun to open up because one of the brown bag fouls is not to know the grape that you're, showing the wine. This wine grape has no name. It's of unknown varietal, and they've looked at the DNA to it, tried to match it to any known grapes, and Gris has some of the oldest genetic material on the planet in terms of grape varietal. So the no-name grape, we call it the biblical wine is what they call it. Really intriguing bouquet here, man. Dark spices, cloves, fresh flowers, dark cherry, blackberry fruit, really intense. More and more coming out as this wine opens. Bitter cocoa, graphite, lots of tobacco spice here on the finish, an array of tannins and that graphite mineral note and all that fruit from the nose. And this wine is just huge. I would keep it for 10 years or more, and who knows with this varietal, it's unknown how long it will last, but most excellent juice, as was the last wine, a Cabernet Sauvignon from the foothills of Mount Olympus also, 15% Merlot in the blend. This wine had that lovely dark currant and cassis-berry fruit, black pepper spice, fresh plowed earth, a really big wine, opening up really nicely on the second day. This wine needs some time, big and concentrated, rich, multiple layers of dark currant fruit, tobacco spice, black pepper, really long and layered, lots of tannins, but lots of everything else. Again, I don't know, I would put this wine aside for a decade in my cellar. Most excellent juice for $63. And then a little dessert wine, a marathon tasting here. This is 100% Muscat Alexandra, just from dry grapes, no botrytis, so you don't get a lot of that honeyed character, but you get some nice dried apricot, raisins, dates, and notes of orange peel and tea there. Really rich and sweet on the tongue, probably 100 grams of sugar or more, but like all great wines, finishes dry. It's got wonderful acidity here, leaving the tongue salivating with a little bit of that iced tea note on the finish. Excellent juice at $40.50. And that's what we had to drink with our new Greek friends. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.